This is some amazing ceramic. Yes, we have an experienced ceramic maker here. Jen, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So tell me your story. So how did you end up coming with this idea?
Well, I've been doing ceramics for a really long time. I actually have my degree in ceramics. I have a bachelor's of fine arts with an emphasis in ceramics. And I kind of left it for a little bit and went to nursing. But then decided to give it a try again. And I found my passion to be reignited again. And now I've decided to make a business out of it.
Fascinating. You say you've been making ceramic for the last 16 years.
Yeah.
Is that you took a class in middle school or high school and then you fall in love with it?
Yeah, middle school I started, and then started doing it in college, and then just kind of kept doing it. I have my own wheel and kiln at home.
Wow. I remember I interviewed a lady in Provo. She does the same thing you do.
Yeah.
She was telling me it's difficult to have a kiln or wheel at home because she lives in a condo.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she put it in her backyard. How do you have space to have a kiln at home? Do you have a garage or something?
Yeah, I have a garage, and then I just kind of put I had them specially put an electrical
meter?
Yeah, meter in for my kiln, and I just kind of run it out of there.
That's good. So let's go back to the beginning. I feel like a lot of people that took art class in high school or middle school, a lot of them don't stick with it because I feel like in those classes we were just in there for the credits, not necessarily. A lot of people don't enjoy it. And in the beginning, it was just with ceramic. There's a time. You need to give it time for you to be good at it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the first couple of pieces you make are not very good at all. You can get discouraged.
Oh, yeah.
So did you have a good teacher that taught you, or how was that?
Yeah, I had a really great middle school teacher who, just was very encouraging, very kind. I did end up, I went to a school that was a lot smaller, so I got a little bit more attention, like all the students did. But it's just about, it's like anything. It comes with practice. You have to do it over and over. And it's okay if you fail because you learn from your failures.
I see. Let's transition from high school to college. You went to college. You major in what again?
Ceramics.
So you actually got a degree in ceramics.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So what was the idea? Because a lot of people, when they think of art major, they just think, oh my gosh, you're going to be jobless.
I know, right?
Did your parents support you majoring that? How was it like?
No, they were very excited about me being an artist in general. My father is a physician, so my brother's a physician. My mother was a nurse, so they really wanted me to go into medicine originally. But I really wanted to do art. It's something that I'm really passionate about and I love to do. And it's hard. It's hard, at first to stay motivated and feel like, oh, I'm going to make a lot of money doing this. You're not. That's just the truth. It comes from, just having a love and passion for it, and money comes and goes is kind of the attitude that I have about it. Obviously I still make enough to pay my bills, but, it definitely takes a while to get there. But, if anybody is trying to get into this business, just keep going to markets, keep applying. The booth fees are worth it. Just grow your following. Social media is a huge tool. So, yeah.
Wow. So after college, you graduate. What did you do?
I actually went and lived in Italy and then did ceramics over there for a little bit.
How was that?
It was amazing. I'm actually going on Monday.
Jen, so you were in college. Mm-hmm. You were looking for a job after you graduate.
Yeah.
And you find a teaching job in Italy?
Yeah, pretty much.
And you're like, I'm going to move?
Yeah.
And that's not normal, right?
No. But like I said, if you're passionate and you love something, you should just go for it.
And you were there for a 6-month kind of thing, or a year?
No, a year. Yeah.
A whole year?
Uh-huh.
And you came back to the state, mm-hmm. and you were looking for another teaching job?
Yes. I think at that point, I was really discouraged after Italy, unfortunately. So I kind of stepped away from ceramics, and then I went back to school. I actually worked for a little bit for a company, and then I went back to school in 2020 or 2019. Sorry.
Okay. And I know you told me earlier that you taught a little bit in the US at a small school. Oh,
Currently, yeah.
currently, you currently do it.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Is it mostly for adults that wanna come on a date night with their husband kind of thing?
It's actually associated with a climbing gym.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the front, they have a small ceramic studio that they offer with the membership. So it's mostly adults. It's all adults. We don't offer kids classes. So it's okay.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And how did you ended up decided that maybe I should bring my product to a craft show? When did that idea come?
It actually started when I found that small studio. I was like, oh, I got back into ceramics. I started making a bunch of things and I was like, I have nowhere to put these in my home. I need to do something. And one of the studio managers over there was like, you should just go to markets. Like, you make stuff that's good enough. You should go. And I was like, okay, are you sure? And they're like, yes. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I did my first market. Well, I actually did a pop-up with a small cafe and it went so well that I've just kind of been really motivated to apply for markets and just try.
And how long ago was your first market?
It was this summer. It was back,
recently.
yeah, super recently. It was back in, I believe, June, July.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know a lot of vendors, sometimes they get discouraged when they go to their first market and they don't sell anything or not much. How do you overcome that?
I think it's more about, instead of monetary value, it's like the connections you make, the people that you meet. If you can make those connections and, reach out to our local community, they'll rise up to the occasion and they'll help you out. And that, for me, that's more important than like obviously monetary, like,
we live in a capitalism system.
exactly. Yeah, I know.
Capitalism wins.
I know it's important, but honestly, the money comes. It's about who you know. So if you know people and you reach out to your community, like I said, like I didn't know about this until they actually reached out to me and followed me on Instagram. And so and I think they know a friend of a friend. And so reach out to your community, make those human connections, because that's really what's going to bring the money in.
I totally agree. I think a lot of vendors struggle because they assume just the product will sell itself. And in reality, no one cares if you're not making action. Let's talk about a piece.
Okay.
Let's talk about this piece.
Okay.
It's a beautiful piece right here.
Thank you.
This is a cup. Tell me about it.
Well, it's a mug, and the reason I love making mugs is because it's one of the most used things in your kitchen. You drink out of it, you sit with it, you hold it. It's one of the most intimate things that you can be with in life. So when I make a cup, I make it with the intention of functional, but beautiful as well. So I love this matte black glaze. It's super sleek, very kind of Scandinavian type design. I love mixing round shapes with angles. So there's a really hard line right here, but it still is soft. I also love having the colors on the inside. So when you're done drinking it, you can see into a really beautiful glaze. And the handles are made so that you don't burn yourself if you're holding a hot cup. There's a little catch right there. So I always try and think of, the person when I'm making things because it matters.
And how long does it take you to make something like this?
From start to finish, it takes me about, I want to say, a week.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
including firing and stuff like that.
So how many hours would you say that is if you were to calculate it?
Minus the firing or including the firings?
Not including the firing.
I would say about 5 hours.
Whoa. That's what people don't get. This is some amazing cup and time consuming.
Yeah.
And how much are you selling this?
50.
50. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of vendors, especially artists. The product is time consuming. And the truth is they have to sell it for a reasonable price that the public will buy it.
I agree.
Even though sometimes they should charge higher because it took them longer to make.
Right.
But they cannot really charge that much, otherwise no one's gonna buy them because it's way too high.
Totally.
How do you price your item?
My time is valuable. I always like kind of try to keep that in mind. But I honestly would ask myself, like, what would I pay for from another artist that has like equal experience, equal skill. So I price myself about $10 an hour essentially, personally, and I think that's like a really good baseline, especially for again someone with my skill and like experience. Because yeah, 5 hours actually is not a long time to make a mug total wise. You can't take in you can't take in the hours of firing and stuff like that. Or the time to let it dry and trimming. You just have to take in the fact like, okay, how long did it take me to make this piece and attach it essentially. So that's kind of my guideline for pricing my stuff out.
Well, that is a good guideline. How about this? What is this?
It's a teapot.
See, look at this. This is amazing. Tell me about this one.
Oh, I love geometric shapes. So I decided to make a teapot out of pentagons. And it has the lid, and then the tea diffuser comes out of here. So you can make tea, or you can just make a pot of coffee if you'd like to. I wanted to make something really unique, and I hadn't seen anybody really doing this. So I decided.
How long does it take you to make something like this one?
Oh, this one took me like minus firing like 20 hours.
Oh, man. Yeah. I think my biggest struggle with ceramic is knowing there's bubble. When I was making my cup, whatever, in school, and that was my biggest struggle, is making sure there's not bubble in my thing, because when it went to the firing kiln, it can explode it. Right. And that was always something that I was worried about.
Yeah, I think that's everybody's concern. Everybody, wants to make sure that their piece doesn't, explode in the kiln or crack. And it just comes down to preparing your clay, wedging it properly. Making sure that you're not creating any opportunities for air bubbles when you're attaching pieces together.
Yeah. And what's the future for the business?
Honestly, I really like little markets. As much as I would like to go online, I just feel so overwhelmed, and I feel like I don't have the time to really like ship things out or like print labels and stuff like that. I'm also a nurse, so I have that going on as well. So I think little markets like this are kind of like where I want to be. And I also love supporting local businesses. And being at local markets does that.
Yeah, totally. And any advice for someone that is coming to a market for the first time?
Make those connections, talk to people, sell yourself. That's what you're really doing. You're selling yourself and what you are passionate about.
And if someone is watching this, they want to contact you, do you have a website or Facebook page you can reach out to you?
I have an Instagram. It's just my first name, last name, ceramics. So Jane Huang, HWANG ceramics.
All right.
You can DM me.
There you go. They can DM you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah. Thank you.